The 1981 Inaugural Ball at the Kennedy Center was a spectacular evening that reflected the optimism and grandeur of Ronald Reagan's presidency. The night brought together Hollywood stars, political elites, and everyday Americans to celebrate a new era in American leadership. However, as dazzling as these events appeared on the surface, the truth of attending such a massive gathering revealed an entirely different kind of experience, equal parts exhilarating, chaotic, and deeply memorable. The Kennedy Center served as one of the crown jewels of the 1981 inaugural festivities. Known for its grandeur and cultural significance, it was an ideal venue to host an event of such national importance. On this January evening, the center sparkled with patriotic decor, elegant lighting, and the buzz of thousands of attendees waiting for the main event, an appearance by the newly sworn-in President Ronald Reagan and First Lady Nancy Reagan. One of the lesser-discussed realities of attending such high-profile events is the waiting. Guests arrived early, eager to secure a spot close to the stage where the first couple would eventually appear. The crowd swelled as the night went on, with people craning their necks to catch glimpses of celebrities like Bob Hope, James Stewart, and Johnny Carson, who mingled with the crowd. Bob Hope, as MC, played the critical role of keeping the audience entertained. His comedic timing, peppered with anecdotes about Hollywood and politics, kept spirits high during the long stretches of waiting. His jokes poked fun at Washington's quirks and Reagan's transition from actor to politician, drawing laughter and applause from the audience. Yet, the anticipation of seeing the president lingered in the air, making the wait both thrilling and exhausting. When the moment finally arrived, the band began playing "Hail to the Chief" as Ronald and Nancy Reagan entered the stage. The crowd erupted in cheers and applause, many waving American flags or clutching programs from the night. The sight of the first couple, poised and elegant, brought tears to some and goosebumps to others. It was a moment of patriotic pride that transcended the crowd's earlier impatience. Nancy Reagan dazzled in her white, one-shouldered James Galano's gown, now preserved at the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of American History. Ronald Reagan, the consummate Hollywood star-turned-politician, looked every bit the leading man in his formal white tie tuxedo. Their entrance was brief but unforgettable, and the crowd surged forward for a closer look, creating a mix of awe and chaos. While the Kennedy Center crowd savored their moment with the first couple, the Reagans shared their first dance as President and First Lady at the Air and Space Museum Inaugural Ball earlier in the evening. Their dance was to a classic waltz, symbolizing a graceful beginning to their time in the White House. For the crowds at the Kennedy Center, however, the event focused more on the speeches and the energy of the celebration, rather than a romantic highlight. As much as inaugural balls are portrayed as glamorous, they are also a test of patience. The coat check at the Kennedy Center became a notorious pinch point, with attendees waiting hours to retrieve their furs and jackets. Some guests left without them, unwilling to brave the crush of people. Lines for food and drinks stretched across the venue, and navigating the packed ballroom required perseverance and a good sense of humor. Despite the challenges, the energy of the night was infectious. People chatted with strangers, laughed at Bob Hope's quips, and shared in the collective excitement of being part of history. The waiting, the chaos, and the occasional frustrations all became part of the story attendees would tell for years to come. The 1981 inaugural celebrations cost approximately $8 million, funded through ticket sales and private donations. Tickets to the inaugural balls were priced at $100, making them relatively accessible for a range of attendees. The Kennedy Center Ball, along with the 7 other official inaugural balls, contributed to the overall spectacle of the day. In comparison, modern inaugurations are far more expensive. President Joe Biden's 2021 inauguration raised $61.8 million, while Donald Trump's 2017 inauguration set a record at $107 million. The cost escalation reflects heightened security, more elaborate programming, and a shift toward corporate sponsorships. Despite the logistical challenges, the 1981 inaugural balls were a night to remember for those in attendance. The combination of patriotic fervor, Hollywood glamour, and the excitement of a new administration created a sense of unity and optimism that resonated deeply with the crowd. It wasn't just an event, it was a shared experience, a fleeting moment that brought thousands of people together to celebrate the peaceful transfer of power. The Kennedy Center Ball and other inaugural events of 1981 serve as a reminder of the power of gatherings to inspire and unite. They were more than just parties, they were moments of connection and celebration that marked the beginning of a presidency and a new chapter in American history. For those who attended, the night was unforgettable, not just for its glamour, but for its humanity, imperfections, and the shared joy of being part of something bigger than themselves.